Hello, welcome back to the little Welsh cottage here at the head of the Rhondda Fawr in South Wales. I fancied a loose leaf tea today. Like I said, Sunday morning, taking it nice and easy. Although I do have quite a few things to get on with today, but at least they're my own things. As you've seen, if you've been around all week, it's been a busy old week in the community. But today, it's going to be a me day. And I'm planning to go to the homestead because it is sunny. I haven't decided yet, but the allotment shop is open at 11 o'clock. And I'm tempted to go and buy some bamboo canes and put some runner beans in. Now, usually you would put your runner beans in, well, I would usually sow them on around about April the 23rd, St. George's Day. But you can put them in up until the end of June. So I can't decide whether I'm going because it means bringing the bike out. And it's a bit of a faff to get the bike out, to be honest with you. I am going to do a video, because quite a few people have asked to do a video about my bike. So I thought I would just do a video about the bike and that's it. And that hopefully will be up online this week. Nothing like loose leaf tea to get you going in the morning. So what do you do on a Sunday? Is your Sunday different? I think why Sunday feels a bit different is because you know everybody else is relaxing at the same time. So there's not that need to, especially when you are self-employed, there's not that need that you need to get on and you need to use every hour of the day. As being self-employed, it's very hard to try and switch off. But on a Sunday, up until at least 2 o'clock, it's like Christmas Day. Christmas Day for me, once we have the King's speech, then Christmas for me is over. I start going back on the computer then at about 3:30 and start to do a bit of work. Just can't seem to relax to Christmas. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Now I would usually go and sit in the garden to have my tea, but it's been raining all night. We had a torrential storm in the middle of the night. So hopefully that will make the ground nice and soft if I decide to put the plants in today. I'm going to take them down the homestead, but whether I actually plant them in the ground, I don't know yet. This is that bowl I bought from Too Good to Waste. I'm loath to put stuff in it, but I bought it in order to make things. So I look forward to doing a crumble. That is the one thing that I've missed this year, is not being able to go outside and harvest my own rhubarb. In fact, I remember a few years ago when I stopped doing the plot, how much you spend on food. I didn't realise how much I'd actually saved by growing my own. So once all this will get in, hopefully we'll go back to those days. But it's all about taking it slow. I was looking back at some of my videos because I'm coming up to 6 months. And if you go back to the January and February and the March ones, I was talking about slow living and taking things a bit easy. And I think over the last fortnight, maybe 3 weeks, I've sort of speeded up a bit. Well, I want to try and bring that speed back down and go back to that slower, relaxing way of life. And one thing that I haven't done in this house yet. I did it in London, but I haven't done it here, is to make bread. So I've got this stuff, and it's best before September, so I've got time. That's the flour that I'm going to use, Encorn flour, which is a heritage wheat. But I've heard that you can make it in a slow cooker, so that's what I'm going to do. And in fact, I'll put that on my list of things to do this week, because it is very difficult to try and get brown bread in the valleys, especially a good brown bread. And I do like sourdough, but before I start doing that, I thought, let's just do the normal bread first. And then, because as far as I'm aware with sourdough, you have to keep the cultures going for quite a few weeks. You put it into a pot. See, I don't know what I'm on about. So I need to do my research about making sourdough, because that one I had from Waitrose last week, I loved it, but the only problem was I had the whole loaf within about 2 days. So, and I also need to get back on the, it's not a diet, because I'm not changing the food that I'm eating, I'm just changing the portions. But the last 24 hours, it all went out the window a bit. I had sausage and chips last night, and I realised yesterday what I should have done is when we went to Blaenguinvi, I need to get a, what you call it, like a box. Something like these, oh, where is it? Because I had one today. I washed one just now. But something like that, but flatter. So I can actually put like a sandwich in, well, a sandwich box. But I'm not looking for the one where you just put the plastic on top. I want something a bit like that, where you can actually put a proper seal on. So I will look on Waitrose from where I got these. I think these came from John Lewis, which is more or less the same company. There it is. Something like this, but a bit bigger, that I can put a salad in, or something like that. So I need to get to the next stage now, where if I'm going to go out for the day, I need to start taking my food with me, because then it's a lot easier to stick within your calories for the day. I haven't got my phone, but I think the last time I looked, I went from 19.2, and now I'm down to 18.7, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. It's either 6 or 7. I need to get this tap sorted. It's been like this for weeks, months. It's just a drip, 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 drip. But I'm not on a meter here, so that's okay. But yeah, I need to get it, because when I'm sat in there trying to read a book, trying to relax, all I can hear is drip, drip, drip. Right, well, if I don't get on, I'll be a drip, because it'll be dinner before I can breathe. Right, what am I having for breakfast? Another thing I want to look into is mushrooms. I used to grow my own when I was in London, and I need to bring that back, because there's no point buying these small punnets and things when I can grow my own. The only problem with the kits is that you don't get any mushrooms for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then you get a load at the same time. And I don't think you can freeze them. So I will have to look into them again and try and stagger so that I get an even harvest. Because I found you got a lot of mushrooms in the first flush, and then you didn't have anything for another 2 or 3 weeks. Then you got some more mushrooms, and then they just stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this new lifestyle diety thing, which is not a diet because I haven't changed my food, is things like I normally have about 6 of these, so I'm reducing that to 4. But the fridge is looking a bit bare. I need to give it a scrub too. It's a bit dirty down there. I need to do a bit of shopping. Where's my frying pan gone? Ah, there it is. Sometimes there's no point putting things back in the cupboard because you need them the next day. Right, I can see the cat is hovering behind the camera, so I'm just going to put some food out and I'll be back in a bit. Do you do that where you start something and then you get slightly distracted by something else? I just went upstairs because I needed to go and get my phone. And I thought I'll just check the comments on the video that went out this morning, Sunday morning. And then I thought, oh, I could upload these old videos that I've got from the allotment site. And then I thought, oh, no, it's sunny. I don't want to do that just yet. I'll do that on a rainy day. And now it's gone 9:30 and I haven't done a stitch. And then I thought, right, I need to get on and have breakfast. Let's do that first. So let me just weigh my mushrooms. And then I have to put them into this app that I've got. Yes, so the biggest revelation over the past fortnight is the fact that my idea of a normal portion is actually quite huge. So we'll tap in mushrooms, if I can spell it right. I don't know whether these keys are getting smaller or my thumbs are getting thicker, but I'm finding it's a lot harder to put things, put the information in. Right, so I've got 119 grams of mushrooms, which apparently a large portion is 20 grams. But it is the first meal of the day and I will go overboard. And that tap now is starting to play on my wick. I'll put that on the list. But to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. So we could end up with a water spout in the house. But obviously I'll film it. And as long as we get a laugh, then that's what it's all about. Right, eggs. I need to go onto the stairs. But because it is Sunday, it's the only day that the allotment shop is open, so I don't want to miss out because I do want to get these beans in to try and salvage something of the growing season. Right, so I've got my mushrooms. Now I need a pan. So after a few times of doing your breakfast, it does get a lot easier to do this calorie counting. So we pop my eggs in. Isn't it funny that when I'm not filming, I can crack an egg quite easily. As soon as the camera comes on, it goes all over the place. So I usually have 3 eggs for my scrambled. And we'll get a bit of milk. A bit of full fat milk. Apparently there's less sugar in full fat than in anything else. Right, let me just check now. Check for shell. I'm a bit obsessed with checking for shell. And then we'll tap in here, eggs. And we'll say 3. I'm finding that my phone is not picking up a phone signal in this corner. It's a bit of a dead corner. Then we have some milk. Okay, that is. So you take the scanner, pop it in there, and then we go. What was that? That was 52 grams. Done. Now we'll have a little knob of butter, salted butter. And I was reading this week that apparently the reason why there's a lot of salted butter in Wales is because there's a history of adding the salt in order to keep it fresh, and it was the only way that they could do it. Right, that's 6 grams for a knob of butter, and that is breakfast all done, including, no, I haven't included the tea, so we'll include the tea, which I've already programmed in. So we'll go ba 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 da ba da, and my breakfast with a cup of tea has come to 348 calories. My target for the day is 1,623. So there we go. And now it is Sunday. I haven't got any meeting. This is what I've said about being busy. My life has speeded up and I need to slow it back down again. I didn't put my shopping in. And for Waitrose, you have to put your shopping in on a Friday for it to be delivered on a Sunday morning, which is when I usually have it delivered. So for the fact that it's not here today, has slightly thrown me off kilter. Right, you're going to have to step back because I need to get to the cook. So despite the fact I've been here for a few months, I was making food the other day and it took ages to cook. And then I realised I'd put the hobs on the back on when everything was in the front. So I'm still getting used to this cooker. Put a little bit of olive oil on. I was thinking about getting an olive tree. And maybe do my own oil. Right. Put them on full blast. And then we'll give these a bit of a scrunch up together. I'm also using smaller plates to deceive me that I've got a full meal. And I'm finding that before, when I ate so much, I just felt bloated. And it's nice not to have that feeling. Right. And to start off with a nice cup of tea. Do you sit down at the breakfast table? Or do you just have it on the sofa? There you go. Don't want to rush it. It's Sunday. Take it slow. Take it steady. Pop a little bit of milk in there now. And I'll enjoy this. There's a piece of music that I like to listen to in the morning. But unfortunately, I can't play it to you in this video because of the copyright laws. But I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go off and listen to it. It's Welsh harp music. Right, I'm going to enjoy this, and then it's just gone 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock will be here soon, so I'll go. Hopefully the weather will stay fine. It's not as sunny now as it was an hour ago, but I'll go and get these bamboo canes. I hope they've got some. Maybe they've sold out. Right, I'm going to enjoy this and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Beautiful. Taking it slow, taking it steady. Well, that went off without a hitch. And it raised a few smiles in the village as I drove past. I still need to put the windows in, but like everything else, it comes down to cost. So it will get done when it gets done. Now these are 8 foot. Will they fit? Well, they should do. It's an 8 foot shed. Right, I've done that. Now I'm going to go home, have a cup of tea. I might have dinner because I'm quite hungry now. And then I'll start bringing the plants down. Are you coming or are you staying there? Come on. So this is the first part that I'm going to develop. And this is where all the plants are going that I've been buying. I'm thinking one massive border of flowers and maybe fruit, because I wanted the fruit to go where that old chicken coop is. So if I can get hold of the guy that had it before me, he's taking it down, he wants to keep the wood, I'll come down and give him a hand, and then the fruit can go there. But for the time being, they're in pots, so they can stay there for a bit longer, and they can go in the shade up here. Just before I go inside, there's loads of swifts out today. Just before I go inside, have a quick look at the waterfall, and it is in full flow because we had an almighty rainstorm last night. It would be lovely to be up there today, but I've got too much to do. There's a nice bit of wind out. Hopefully it will dry this in no time. I bought this at the RHS Cardiff show, which apparently they don't do now. And I've had it for years. And it was the only bit of bedding I brought down with me from Wales. Everything else I just left there or I threw out. I like the pattern that's on it. I think I'm going to have to give this line a bit of a revamp, because it's starting to sag quite a bit now. Oh, the moon is out. The sky is so clear. And I'm going to have to spend time and come up here and work on the garden. But at the moment, my priority is going to be the homestead, because I want to try and get some vegetables in. Now that I've got the canes, or the runner beans, or climbing French beans, I don't know yet. But I have found my seeds, which is a good end to the day. Right, cup of tea. Just before we go back in the house, have a look at my flowers. They're doing really well now, and they're starting to get scent in the garden. So it's nice to open the window in the morning and smell the flowers. Before you ask, the straw is still on the ground. Not all of it, but about 5%. I thought I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to give this room quite a good scrub once I've moved the kitchenette. So I've spent all of the afternoon moving things, sorting things out, things that are going in the bin, things that are going to the charity shop like old clothes. So it's been a busy old day. But now, although this kitchenette's quite full now because I've been putting things in it, but I'm going to see if I can drag it over, put it into that corner. I can't remember where I picked this up. Probably from London. Yes, that's right. It was on one of the plots that I had. I bought it for my rennet beans. Right, I've got some tools. Pop them there. One day this room will get finished. We'll quickly get into that point. And I think I'll be quite bored once the house is finished. Although somebody said to me, when you think the house is finished, you then start going through it and turning it into the house that you want. At the moment, they said you sort of potch to get things to an acceptable standard. And then you start to move things again to get it perfect. And then when you get it perfect, you get fed up and you decide to move. The cats have enjoyed playing with the straw. Is it straw or is it hay? I can't remember now the difference. There you go. Every drawing room should have a kitchenette. I don't think that looks that bad there. A bit funny, but who wants to be normal? Do you have cupboards like this where you open them and things fall out? Everything in here, a lot of it is to go down to the shed. Like things like this I'm going to put down on the shed. Hello. And I put them on the shed and decorate the side of the shed with them. And also my lights, my solar panel lights, they'll be going down there as well. Ooh. Toughened glass, that's nice. Right, let's go and have that cup of tea. Do you think it's getting a bit chilly? Certainly not summer, is it? No. As much as you look out the window, it's not there. Can I give it a sniff? So this is where we've got to so far. There's a few things to go out. That computer there doesn't work. It's about 8 years old, so that's going out. I've got somebody coming to collect that. And the microwave I no longer want because it's a bit too big for the kitchen. So that is going to be passed on to a local charity. So it's getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. Right, I'm going to clean up because I've just had dinner. I was going to go to the pub. I've been told of a new pub. Or a new pub to me, anyway, for my Sunday lunch. But I thought, no, there's plenty of food in the house. I'll stay in and eat in the house. Especially now that I've got this freezer. Right, that's for the bin. It's the rubbish day tomorrow. Now that I've got this freezer, I thought I haven't got any chicken in the house. Hence why I'll go down the pub. And I realised, yes, I have got a bit of chicken. It's at the back of the freezer, but I can get it out. I still don't know what to do with this bit. I might just put all my fruit in there, because that's when I tend to have my fruit is in the morning. So I could fill that with fruit. Got some ice cubes because we are starting to get sunny days, although, let me have a look now. Is it this week? This week is the summer solstice on Thursday. It starts Thursday at 9:51 p.m. So that means it should be on the Friday, on the 21st then. And then the nights start to draw in, then it's all downhill till winter. And time to put up the Christmas tree. Right, I'm going to have a relaxing evening now, watching some of my favourite YouTubers, such as King In It and John Rogers. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So I'll see you then.